Okay, today we're going to have another lesson, and again I have Sophie Davis with me, and she will go to third grade, right, Sophie? At College View. Are you excited about going to third grade?
Yeah.
Are you kind of excited?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I really appreciate that you're able to come and we can have these lessons. So, do you remember what did we talk about during the last few lessons? Remember?
Text features.
Yes, we did talk about text features. Remember which ones?
Uh,
Remember we did the scavenger hunt? Remember which ones we
yeah.
looked at?
We
Remember?
looked at table of contents,
Uh-huh.
photographs,
Good job.
pictures,
Pictures, yes. We'll,
headings,
yeah.
bold print,
Yeah, and we talked about captions,
Captions.
right? And labels.
labels.
And we did a scavenger hunt, right?
Yeah.
So we used different books and then we were able to find all these text features in different books, right? So do you remember why is it so important to look for those text features in the books? Remember, do they help you?
Yeah, they help you understand the book.
Yes, exactly. Good job. Yes. All these different text features, they help you understand the book better, right? So when you read the book and you look for them, it kind of helps you understand what is the author trying to say. Yes. Well, today we're going to look at a different concept, but this concept also helps you understand the book better. So, and it's a concept of main idea. See, I have on my bulletin board here, main idea, that's going to be our topic right here. And the main idea anchor chart we have here, it will also help us understand the book better and see what the author is trying to say. So we're going to have a goal today. I will introduce you to the concept of main idea. I have it written down here, and I'll explain to you how you can find the main idea in the passage. It could be a passage, section, or chapter in the book, or sometimes even the entire book too. And then I will help you discover how determining a main ideas can help us understand the book better. And our essential question for today will be, why is it important to determine the main idea? Essential question means kind of like a very important, like really, major question. So we will look at the main ideas today. Do you know much about main ideas yet?
Not that much.
Not that much. Did you learn about main ideas at school?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? So you don't remember much about the main ideas at all, right? No, you don't. Okay. Well, today we're going to learn about the main ideas. So you're going to discover what the main ideas are all about. So, and I have another anchor chart here that I made, and I'm going to switch them. So we can refer to this anchor chart, and it might be easier for us to remember what the main ideas are all about. So pretty much the main idea is what the text is mostly about. So we can take maybe a small section in the book or like a passage. It's just like a short, like part of a book, and we can read it. And then when we read, we have to think about this. Okay, what is the author trying to say? Like, what is the most important here? Like, what is it mostly about? So when you read the book, you kind of have to keep that in mind. So the main idea will be what is the text mostly about. So it's like really, really important. You have to pay attention to that, okay? And the main ideas can be found if you really, really pay close attention to what you're reading. And there are like a few, tricks that I can give you, kind of like a few clues that will help you find the main ideas. So on this anchor chart, I wrote here, like the clues to help us find those main ideas. We need to look at the titles and headings. So remember when we talked about text features?
Yeah.
We talked about like the title of the book, right? Or maybe the title of the chapter. Then we looked at the headings, right? We looked at this book here and it had so many headings, right? So remember when we looked at this book, you showed me like the headings here. That's a heading, yeah. Show me an example of another heading, like in this book here. Yeah, that's the heading too. So it really helps to pay attention to the heading. So if you pay attention to the heading, they will kind of, contain some of those important words that will help you find the main idea too. Okay? And then we have to pay attention to pictures.
Yep.
So pictures are also text features, right? Yeah, like that. Yeah, good job. These will be pictures, good job. So you see like these titles, headings, pictures, they are all text features, right? So these text features are kind of connected to the main idea. So our lessons are kind of connected, right? So that's why it's important to know about the text features too before we figure out the main ideas. And then another clue that will help us. Sometimes the main idea is stated in the first or last sentence. So you have to remember though, it's not always the case. It happens sometimes, but not all the time. So if it's found in the first sentence or last sentence, like in a paragraph, it's kind of like really easy, right? Because all you have to do is kind of like pay close attention to everything you're reading, but then you can focus on the first or last sentence. But it's not always the case, so you have to remember that though, okay? Sometimes it will be stated directly like that, you know, in the first or last sentence. Or sometimes the main idea will be implied. So the word implied means that it's not directly stated, so it doesn't say it directly. So you kind of have to think about it really hard and you have to guess it. So you have to pay attention to what you're reading too, okay? And then also look for the clue words that are repeated. So sometimes there are some words that will be repeated, and when they are repeated, you will know that they have some important information that we need to keep in mind, okay? And now, to kind of help us better understand about the main ideas, I found this cool video that I would like to show you. It's kind of like kind of a catchy tune song. So pay attention to this song. It's not very long, so we're going to look at that. It's just found on YouTube. It's called The Main Idea Song by Mr. Kuhn right here, and it will kind of help you understand more about the main ideas, okay? All right, let's go and play this right now. So you see what it talks about? Look at the first sentence.
Yeah, and then look at the rest.
Yes, you see, like I wrote the first sentence, so you pay attention to those sentences too, okay? Sometimes, not always, they will have, you know, important information that will help you figure out the main idea. So you see, he's talking about like what is it mostly about,
Yeah.
like what is this section
main
about?
idea.
Yeah, that's the main idea.
Pencils up, test is on. Now you're gonna be okay. Yeah, it's a party at the PSSA. Yeah, it's a party at the PSSA. Read the title of the story first. It'll help with the main idea. The author picks titles that stick, so you know what it's about.
And we also talked about the titles, right? Like headings and titles, you have to pay attention to those text features.
Titles.
Yes, because they will have some important information there too that will help you with the main idea also.
For you know a couple ways, but see, main idea's not always that easy. Main idea could be implied. That means you gotta guess it. So you stop and take a look at the details, all the evidence you can't see, like a detective with a bunch of clues. And the main idea was found, what the paragraph is about. And the main idea was found. So put your pencils down and listen up. Details describing they starting out in your head like yeah, moving your thoughts like yeah. So what's the point? Main idea, and now you're gonna be okay. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna pause it right there. So, did you like this video? It's kind of a catchy tune, right? And it helps you remember what the main idea is, right?
Yes.
So, you understand what the main idea is? What is it, the main idea? How do you understand it?
The main idea is like what you're reading about and
Yes. Like the most important, right? Like what is this section mostly about, right?
like this. It's the
Mhm.
section is mostly about that.
Yes, it's mostly about that, and you have to pay attention to the titles and headings
Yeah.
and pictures and first sentences and
'Cause
last sentences.
If you don't know what the book is, you have to like look
Mm-hmm.
at the picture.
Yes, pictures will help you too. So all of that, all these text features will help you find out the main idea, right? Awesome. Okay, well right now I'm going to read you a section from this awesome book. Have you ever read this book?
I don't think so.
No?
I
This,
think in second grade.
maybe second grade you did? Okay, so this book is called So You Want to Be President. It's written by Judith George and illustrations by David Small. I love this book. It's such a cool book. It just tells about all different presidents in like really, really funny ways. So I really like this a lot. I will let you borrow that if you'd like to read the entire book. Would you like to borrow it?
Yeah, and then I'll bring it back next time. When I come.
Sure. It's a really cool book. I like this book a lot. So even when you look at the title, right? Can you kind of guess what the book will be about when you look at the title?
Presidents.
About presidents, right? Yeah, it's called So You Want to Be President. So it's about presidents.
Yeah.
Mostly,
That's the main idea.
yeah, this will be the topic. Yeah, the topic of the book will be about presidents. And then we can find the main idea like in little sections or passages. So one of these passages I'm going to read for you. And that's how the book starts. There are good things about being president. And there are bad things about being president. And try to pay attention to what I'm reading, okay? Maybe if I do it like that so you can pay attention to that book too, it might be easy for you. One of the good things is that the president lives in a big white house called the White House. Another good thing about being president is that the president has a swimming pool, bowling alley, and movie theater. Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wish my dad was the president.
I know, wouldn't it be nice,
Yeah.
right? The president never has to take out the garbage. I think I would have liked that part too. The president doesn't have to eat yucky vegetables. As a boy, George Bush had to eat broccoli. When George Bush grew up, he became president. That was the end of the broccoli. Do you
Yeah.
like broccoli?
No.
No, okay, so you wouldn't have to eat broccoli if you become a president, right? Now, one of the bad things about being president is that the president always has to be dressed up. William McKinley wore a frock coat, vest, pinstripe trousers, stiff white shirt, black satin tie, gloves, a top hat, and a red carnation in his buttonhole every single day. That sounds like a lot of clothes to put on, right?
Yeah.
That would take me a while to get it all done.
Yeah, but you get a lot of time though.
Yeah, you do get a lot of time to do, right? Since you don't have to take out the garbage, right? You will have a lot more
Or
time.
go to school.
Yeah. The president has to be polite to everyone.
Yeah.
The president cannot go anywhere alone. The president has lots of homework. Did you know they have lots of homework?
Yeah, if someone doesn't like him, he's gonna.
Mm-hmm. Yes. People get mad at the president. Someone once threw a cabbage at William Howard Taft. That didn't bother Taft. He quit. I see that one of my adversaries has lost his head. We'll pause here right now.